네, 피키피플 여러분, 피키무비에서 아주 특별한 손님을 모시고 왔습니다. 바로 독수리에디의 두 주인공이죠. 첫 번째는 맨 중에 맨 휴 잭맨, 그리고 또 우리 킹스맨의 주인공 태론에저튼을 데리고 왔습니다. Good to see you guys again this morning.
Good to see you
Good
too.
to see you.
How was your first night in South Korea?
It was good. We ate.
We ate
Ate a lot.
well.
We ate some beautiful food there.
Awesome,
Excellent.
awesome,
Slept very
awesome.
well.
Yeah.
It's been lovely. It's been great so far.
Yeah, and the premiere last night after we saw you,
It was so wonderful to
A lot
meet
of
the
fans?
But they were so cool.
it's this amazing thing here in Korea where there's so much energy, but also very sort of respectful.
Yeah,
and-
it was a pleasure from start to
I
finish.
saw the pictures you guys were doing this yesterday.
We were
Yes.
doing
I
this.
saw that.
Hugh's now mastered it.
You finally got it.
You
finally got it.
struggled with that.
I did struggle.
And then tell them about the roles you guys play in the film.
안녕하세요.
Hello,
Picky
everybody.
people.
Picky people. We are very, very glad to be here with you. I play Eddie in Eddie the Eagle, who was a British ski jumper who was very determined, sort of a little bit clumsy and a little bit goofy at times, but yeah, we're very proud of the movie. And Hugh
I
plays.
play Bronson Perry, who eventually becomes his coach and eventually becomes his friend, and it's about these two friends who bring out the best in each other. They couldn't be more opposite. We had so much fun making it, and I think, particularly for young people, I know it's not an easy time in South Korea. This is a movie that will put a smile on your face, make you feel that anything is possible. So, 감사합니다, and I'm very happy to be here.
Now, Hugh, this is not your first time in South Korea. You've been here about 5 times now.
Yes.
5th visit. And Terrence, your first time.
It is my first time.
So was there anything that you specifically recommended or told Terrence that he needs to do while he was here?
Eat Korean barbecue.
Yes, and we did it last night.
And we did. We were all, because we had all arrived sort of a bit jet lagged, but there was no getting out of dinner last night. But we were on such a high from the premiere and meeting all the fans. And
Yeah.
the people here are very, very special, and they love their movies. And I actually didn't realise, but it was so clear last night how popular Kingsman is here. And
It was huge.
yeah, and it was really great to watch. And also,
Fantastic.
I know that the fans of Eggsy are going to fall in love just as much with 독수리에디. They really will, because it's an amazing performance. So.
That's awesome. Alrighty, so now, Hugh, you play the talented, somewhat badass coach in the film. Right. And then, of course, your character is more of the never giving up, hardworking athlete. So how does that compare to your real selves?
I think Eddie. I'd love to have as much commitment and as kind of can-do attitude as Eddie has. I'm probably not quite as eternally optimistic as he is. What about you and Bronson?
I'm very different. I would love to have that kind of unbelievable kind of confidence in talent, and I'm way more the opposite. I feel like I make up for whatever I make up for in that kind of talent in hard work. I've always been sort of hard work and work, and very, very different. I suppose that's why I like characters like Bronson. There's a kind of, even though I feel for him, he's gone off the rails, but there's this sort of, when it's all clicking, there's sort of brilliance about it. Very different.
Now, both of you guys work with Matthew Vaughn on this film, and you've worked with him previously on Kingsman.
Yeah.
So what was it like working with him on this project?
Well, it's a very different sort of film, and Matthew obviously didn't direct Eddie. He was producing. Dexter Fletcher directed it, but Matthew was still very hands-on and very, very, very involved with the creative process. But I think it's such a they're different movies. Similarities in a way, obviously. For a kick-off, I'm in it, but I mean, there's Kingsman is kind of a bit more grown up, I suppose, whereas this is more about it being heartwarming and uplifting and inspirational. And I mean, the thing about Matthew is he's so brilliant. He can kind of turn his hand to anything, really.
He's an amazing producer. Yeah. I did one half a day of shooting with him on X-Men First Class, and I've known him for years. He almost did X-Men 3 at one point, so we spent a fair bit of time together, but I was really amazed by him as a producer. This was a tough shoot, because any time you're shooting on a ski field with just the variations that happen with weather and things like that, it's hard, and he was amazing, and he's like an old school producer. He handles everything,
For teenage, I guess, audience ratings, of course, in Korea. But how does it make you feel knowing that your film just blew up in Korea?
Yes.
Was it really? Yes.
Yes.
That is phenomenal.
It's incredible. It is absolutely incredible, and I know myself and certainly Matthew Vaughan, we're both so grateful for the support we received here, because it really had a huge. It wasn't actually for us just about what happened in Korea. The support we received in Korea had a massive global knock-on effect for the movie.
Right.
I know it had a huge effect in China as a result of what had happened in Korea. So our gratitude is kind of endless, really, for the support we received here. And as I'm sure many of the people in Korea know, we are about to embark on a sequel to Kingsman, and I can promise that we will be back. I would imagine for a more prolonged stay when we release Kingsman 2, to come and see the fans then.
They'd be excited for that.
We certainly will. We have to. We will, because we owe a lot of the success of Kingsman 1 to South Korea.
Yeah,
We really do.
Now, we know that the Olympics is a very important backdrop for this film. So what's something that you guys can say to yourselves, like, I don't know about anything else, but I know that I'm the best at this if this was a category that you can compete in?
I'd be quite good at handing out bottles of water at the Olympics, I think. I'd be a good water boy. Yeah, that's about the extent of my Olympics prowess, I think.
as an Aussie, there's really no winter Olympic sport that I could even vaguely go for. I think, by the way, I don't know if you told this, one of the great moments we've...
No way.
You got to watch it on YouTube.
Australia's own Eddie the Eagle.
And he was like, he couldn't believe it when he won. He's our own Eddie the Eagle, yeah. But there's no Winter Olympic sport for me.
We're going to have to check that out on YouTube. Now, in the movie, you guys are, of course, fantastic ski jumpers. Now, how about in real life? Have you guys ski jumped?
I'm very good. I don't know if I'd say fantastic.
Well, I've got some notes about your technique. We'll discuss that at a later date. Not that good. No, unfortunately, neither of us have ski jumped. Hugh's a very good skier. I can put on a pair of skis, but that's about the extent of my my prowess in this field.
But you learned to ski for this.
I did learn to ski for this, and I absolutely loved it. It was important for certain shots that I could ski.
It's a great part of our business. Every job you're on, you learn
a
something.
new skill. It's brilliant.
Whatever it is, something
You know,
learn.
Kingsman, I learned to dispatch 10 people in a minute, and
Yeah, can still do it.
yes, I can.
Right. Watch
So-
out,
So
cameraman.
don't look
Watch
me-
out.
Watch
Everyone
out.
in this room.
I've got to get my cool gun holding back.
You lift Taron up countless amount of times, of
Yeah.
course, for the training. Now, if you were to compare his body weight to an actual object, what would you compare it to?
Careful. A small cow.
But no, I was going to say a kettlebell, like a nice.
Oh, nice kettlebell.
Yeah, kettlebells. The kind of kettlebells that you're used to. So, yeah. Not a mere mortal.
All right, now your character also meets an amazing mentor, Piri, in the film. Now, what's your #1 mentor for your acting career? Both of you guys.
Wow. I mean, there's a gentleman named Harry who is still a very good friend of mine who directed me in youth theatre in my teens, and he was a big figure in my kind of falling in love with theatre. And then there are some actors that I've kind of always looked up to and revered. Hugh Jackman, obviously, being Philip Seymour Hoffman, Gary Oldman, people like that.
Did you put me there? Thank you.
You're up there,
even
mate.
though
I was
you were
waiting
being
for you. I was
polite,
waiting for you.
Lyle Jones was my main sort of acting teacher, who I'm still friends with, and I think professionally, I think Trevor Nunn. I did 2 things with him, and a really great director not only makes you a good actor in the but can actually make you a better actor going on, and he was one of those.
Can you let all the fans know whether your name is pronounced Egerton? Because the reason why is because in Kingsman, your character's name was Eggsy.
So people think that it's Egerton.
Egerton.
Yeah. No. Eggsy. The character was called Eggsy before I signed on. My name is pronounced Edgerton. Taron Egerton. But thank you for asking, because it is something that needs
Now all the
clarifying.
viewers know.
There we are.
Good.
Yes, it's Taron Egerton.
Now for Hugh, Korean fans have been speculating the reason why you don't let your bangs down is because you're afraid that you're going to give all these Korean fans, all your women fans, heart attacks. Now, can you talk about that? Is that true? Is that something that you're worried about?
Right. I can really, Brian, honestly say this never crossed my mind. But perhaps now when I come to Korea, the bangs will be down.
Now that you know.
Right.
Okay.
I've never really actually thought of my hair in terms of bangs before.
What's bangs?
That's bangs.
Oh,
right?
fringe,
Yeah,
right?
the
So
fringe.
like,
Oh, that was
because you don't have a fringe.
Right.
Okay.
No, he's
Yeah.
just always stood sort of upwind. That's all it is.
It's all the ski jumping.
All right, now Eddie gives sweat and blood to compete in the Olympics. Now, for you guys to achieve your goals, what was the bravest thing you've done in your life?
I sang the national anthem at a rugby game in front of 100,000 people.
Wow.
I can still tell you that was July 17th. I remember the date. From the moment I said yes, I was terrified. It was at the MCG, terrible acoustics. I've seen people booed off and never worked again. And at that time, I was an actor and I was like, what the hell am I doing? Honestly, I'm hosting the Oscars. Nothing has been as frightening for me as that moment.
Yeah, singing on stage is always terrifying. I don't know. There are some auditions where I've kind of been pretty scared. I got naked at drama school once, actually, in front of a room full of people.
Full on frontal?
Full
I've done
on
that too.
frontal.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
That was pretty scary. Yeah. There we are.
I can see the
That's-
fear in your
that's-
eyes right now.
Thanks everyone for the silence in the room.
No,
After
but that video is coming up.
It's
See,
almost
I
somehow.
did the same thing at drama school, but I'm pre-cell phone, all of that
I
stuff.
did actually get naked in a scene as well, but it's
Wow.
not. It's kind of just below. You see my bum, actually. You see
Right.
my bum.
So now all the Korean fans
You'll
are
be
going to go on
furious if
YouTube.
It's in Docsury Just saying, if you want to...
A clip of Terrence's booty is in 독수리에디. There you go.
Yeah.
Last question. Not even a question, just can you say some parting words to all the fans in Korea right now?
Tara and I have been hearing, it's a hard time, particularly for young people right now, and that's not just in Korea, in many places around the world. And our hearts go out to you. It's obviously not for lack of trying or desire. And if there can be any sort of silver lining to this, I think if you see the movie, it is one of those movies that does sort of remind you to stick to your dreams, no matter how hard it is, no matter how people might tell you to move on or not do it, just to stick to it, because in the end it'll all sort of come good.
Amen.
But I think exactly as you just said, the circumstances are always very different for everybody, and sometimes those circumstances that are against you are greater than for some people than others. But the one thing you can always cling on to is self-belief and perseverance, and that self-belief is the absolute is quite often the only thing you can really cling on to. And that's the only message I can give, really. Last night at the premiere, where I was lucky enough to meet a big handful of the Korean fans, was a really special moment for me, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart with great sincerity. Very, very special, and just that I'm extremely grateful for the support.
Yeah, to all the picky people, to all the people in Korea, but we do. I think I've been coming here for 10 years, and I love Korea, the Korean people. I'm very, very excited to be here with Taron, who you also love, and just to share this movie with you. And thanks so much for always being so just generous and warm every time I come here. It really does amaze me, and we're so grateful for it. So 감사합니다.
All right. Well, thank you for being in Korea, and thank you for being on our show. And that's it. That's a wrap for us.